Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to be actually doing something completely different than what I normally do on my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the world of Rubik's Cubes. So if you don't know, a Rubik's Cube is basically a 6-sided puzzle, and you're supposed to scramble it up and then get all of the same color on each side. And you probably don't know this, but I actually know how to solve this. So in around December 2021, so like 2.5 years ago, I actually learned how to solve it. And since then, I've just improved like crazy. And I started like timing myself to see how fast I can solve it. So my fastest ever time is 10.4 seconds, which is pretty quick. And also, I've now acquired a bunch of weird and wacky Rubik's Cubes that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. So first of all, I'm going to go solve this thing. Okay, I'm back, and I'm almost done solving it. And there we go, I just solved it. But anyways, this is my first Rubik's Cube that I got. I got it in 2017 for my birthday. It's kind of, the logo's kind of worn out, as you can see. It's way less vibrant, but this is kind of weird. But I do have more 3x3 Rubik's Cubes. As you can see, I have a couple more. I actually have more than this, except I didn't really want to show all of them. So anyways, what's special about these is, first of all, they're not made by the same brand. As you can see, it's a completely different brand. And these are called Speed Cubes. So these are basically meant to be super fast. Just as you can see, I can turn these super fast, way faster than the regular Rubik's Cube. And also, they can have things like magnets to kind of like lock your turns in. And these are my 3 ones that I probably use the most. So this one's called the Thunderclap version 3. I got it a couple months after I learned how to solve it. This one's called a Tornado version 3. And this is my most recent one. It's called an RS3M version 5. And this one is just so good. This is my favorite one. And anyways, I'm going to also show you guys some other random speed cubing stuff. Timer that I can time myself on. And also, I have this mat, and you're probably like, what is this mat for? Well, it's basically so you don't damage your table when you slam the cube down. So I'll show you how this timer works. So I'm just going to scramble this one up, and I'm going to go solve it. So you just turn it on, and let's go see what happens. So how you do it is you put it down, you put your hands on the timer, and then you just go. So I'm going to see how fast I can solve this one. So remember, my fastest time is 10.4 seconds. So let's see if I get anything close to that. Well, that was actually really good. I got 13.2 seconds, and it's now solved. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys even more Rubik's Cubes. So you might not know this, but there are actually even bigger Rubik's Cubes. So there's the 4x4, the 5x5, the 6x6, and even the 7x7. So these are the biggest ones I have. And these are all completely different than solving a 3x3. And they're all kind of solved in the same way. So I'll show you on the 4x4. Basically, what you do is that you pretty much convert it into a 3x3 and then solve it like a 3x3. That takes a bunch of time. I'll solve the 4x4 because the other ones probably take too long to solve it in the video. So I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. Okay, there we go, it's scrambled. Let's get my timer and stuff. Okay, there we go. This time won't be that good because I'm going to probably spend some time explaining. But first, what you do is you solve all the middle pieces. So I'm just doing that right now. Okay, there we go. The middle pieces are all solved. And now what you do is that you kind of like group these edge pieces together. Okay, so I'm almost done grouping all the pieces together. So as you can see, now it kind of just looks like a deformed 3x3 cube. Oh, I gotta go do this real quick. Here we go. So I'm now done that. So now I can just solve it like a 3x3. And there we go. I solved it. So I did it in 1 minute and 37 seconds. It is slower than my average, but I did spend some time explaining how it works, so that kind of makes sense. So anyways, now I'm going to show you guys some even weirder Rubik's Cubes. So before I show you the super weird ones, I'm going to show you some baby Rubik's Cubes. So as you can see, these ones over here, just look at how small these are. So first of all, I have a 2x2 cube, and this is pretty much like solving a 3x3 cube, but it's just even faster. And I also have this thing. It's a fidget spinner Rubik's Cube, and it actually changes shape, except it's actually really easy to just turn it back into a square. I also have this thing. I don't even really know what it is, but it's also really easy. And finally, I have 3 very small Rubik's Cubes. So first of all, I have this. Oh, I just dropped it. So first of all, I have this one. It is tiny, And it's a functioning Rubik's Cube. And I also have these two other ones. They're both the same size. This one I won at a fair at my school. And it turns really bad. It just exploded. Okay, that's not good. And also I have this one. This one's actually a keychain. And it actually turns. And it's way better than the other one. Okay, you're gonna go fix this one real quick. Okay, I'm back, and also real quick, I'm just gonna go solve this 2x2. It should be pretty quick, so let's see what time I get. Yep, I just solved it. I got 3.0 seconds. That's actually really good for me. I think my record's like, I don't even know what it is. It was like a super easy scramble. But anyways, now I'm gonna show you some really funky Rubik's Cubes. And there we go, these are all my super weird Rubik's Cubes. So first of all, most of them are cube-shaped, as you can see. But the rest of them, these aren't even cubes anymore. So first, I'll go with this one. This is a twisted Rubik's Cube. But it like changes shape when you scramble it. It's super weird. Here I have a Pyraminx. So how this thing works is you turn it like this. Like, it's so weird. I am really bad at solving these, but I can still solve them at least. I'm just gonna go solve this one real quick. I'm actually really bad. Oh, there we go, I solved it. Next, I have another pyramid one, but this one is even weirder than the pyramids. This one also changes shape, like the twisty Rubik's Cube. This one is pretty weird. And finally, out of all my non-cubic ones, I have a Megaminx. This one actually has 12 sides. It's actually insane. But as you can see, I can actually turn it pretty fast, surprisingly. And now I have all of these. So the least weird ones, I have these two here. This is a Ready Cube, and this is a Skube. And how these work is they're both kind of similar. They turn around the corners, which is super weird. And you can do weird stuff like this, where you only have like a couple pieces that aren't solved. It's super weird. You can also do this on the Skube, like that. It's also pretty cool. You can do some cool patterns on these. And now, I have this one. This is called a Square One. This one looks pretty simple, but it does this. The shape completely morphs into just like chaos. I can kind of solve this like half of the time. There's some cases or patterns that I don't even know how to solve on this thing. And next, I'll go with this one. I don't even know how to solve this one, but it turns like this. It's so weird. I don't know how you're supposed to even solve this, so it's just kind of sitting here scrambled. Here's another one that I don't know how to solve. This one looks like a regular Rubik's Cube, but the colors do this. So the stickers are actually made out of lenticulars, so how those work is from different angles, it looks different. I have no idea how I'm ever going to solve this. Next, I have this one, and this one is a very shiny Rubik's Cube, as you can see. It's also really good. And these just keep getting weirder and weirder. So next, I have this colorless Rubik's Cube, and it does this. The shape just completely morphs. Also, I found something weird. You can actually turn it into a camera stand. I'm pretty sure you have to do this. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I think I did it right. So now what you can do is just put the phone on it like this. And now you have it as a camera stand. Also, by the way, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys the most crazy Rubik's Cube that I own. So there's only 2 left until that one. So this one is called an Axis Cube. Now this one is really weird because it does this. It turns around like the edges or I don't even know what you would even call this. But it also completely changes shape, just like the Master Morphix, and it's super confusing. And finally, I have this one. Now, this is a Phantom Cube. It's completely black, but when you put heat on it, the colors start to appear. So I'm going to go warm this thing up. Okay, I think I'm done warming up. Let's see what happened. And here we go. The colors are back. Kind of, at least. And a nice challenge is to put it in the freezer and then see how fast you can solve it. It's actually kind of hard. And finally, I have the most crazy Rubik's Cube ever. And it's this one. This is like the biggest Rubik's Cube ever. Just look how big it is compared to a normal one. It's actually insane. Like, each square is the size of a Rubik's Cube. That's how big this thing is. And even crazier, it actually turns. This thing functions like a Rubik's Cube. And just to end off the video, I'm going to actually scramble this thing, and I'm going to try and solve it. Let's see if I can solve it in less than a minute. That's just my goal. Less than 1 minute to solve it. I'm probably going to fail. Okay, there we go. I'm ready. So I'm just going to go try to plan out my moves, I guess. Yeah, so remember, my goal is to get this in less than a minute. Let's see if I can do it. Finally, I solved it. I didn't even do it in less than a minute and a half. Okay, that was a complete fail. But anyways, that is it for this video. In this video, I showed you guys all of my Rubik's Cubes, and this is just my most cursed one. And also, if you're interested in this, I'm going to actually make more videos about this in the future, so don't forget to check them out. And anyways, it is Knixy, and this video is done. Bye.